Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers of the world. You are very special. Every Mother's Day reminds me of this beautiful story that I have shared with my participants in training programs many times. There was a boy who was going for interviews after completing his MBA. Finally, he came to know that he was shortlisted for a position and he needs to attend a final interview with the director of the company. As I was sitting in front of the director and director was going through his resume, he said, "Hey, you have an excellent record, both academic and extracurricular activities. You must have received a lot of scholarships. What all scholarships you received in your life?" He smiled and said, "None." "What? Who paid for your education in all these schools? Did your father pay for this education?" He said, "My father expired when I was 1 year old. It's my mother who paid for all this education." He said, "Oh, what does your mother do?" He said, "She washes clothes for people." He was quiet for some time and then said, "I want you to go home today and wash your mother's hand and come back tomorrow and tell me, what did you observe?" The boy thought it's a great opportunity to go back home and wash mother's hand and get this job. He went back home and he told his mother, "Mom, I want to wash your hands today." She said, "Oh, okay." And as he started washing her hands, he realized the hands were all wrinkled. There were bruises all over, and even some bruises, when he touched, were very painful. He was shocked and he realized whatever he has become today, whatever he has achieved today is all because of these hands. His tears started rolling from his eyes. He looked at his mother and said, "Mom, thank you so much for everything that you have done for me." Next day when he went back to office, his boss asked him, "Hey, what did you observe?" He said, "I observed that my mother has sacrificed so much and she has made me what I am today. She has served me without even saying even a word." The director smiled. He said, "You have used the right word, that she has served you. Yes. And when she has served you, she has never expected anything in return." He said, all our life, we keep on telling people about our profession that I am in service. When you are in service, it means in Hindi that you are doing seva. Service is seva. And when you are in service, then you serve people without expecting anything in return. And I am looking for people who believes in serving their teams, who believes in serving their organizations. And when you don't expect, you get a lot in life. Love of people, great compensations, great promotions. This story tells me that our mothers are synonym of servant leadership. The whole world is talking about servant leadership, but nobody realized that we have learned and we have seen servant leadership all through our life in actions of our mothers. Let us look at some of the characteristics of a servant leader. The first one, servant leaders put people first. Now look at your mother. Has she ever put her family first? Always. even while serving dinner on the table, or buying anything for the house or for the kids or for the parents. She has sacrificed every time and made sure that we get first, even if she don't get in the process. Yes, servant leaders don't worry about their own benefit. They made sure that their people are happy, the team is happy, and the team is appreciated for everything that they do. Second thing, servant leaders are great listeners. Now I remember every time I was in problem, I could go and sit next to my mother and share my problem with her. And the one thing she did is give me patient listening. Many times she was not able to solve my problem. But once you listen to somebody, half of the problem is solved. I can 100% guarantee you that all of you have experienced this with your mothers. So let's learn this one of the important aspects. Whenever your team member comes to you and wants to share their problems, even if you are not able to solve it, listen to them. They will become your fan. Third, mothers have always empathized with us. Whenever we were into challenges, problems, or happiness, they have always looked our problem, our happiness from our perspective. They know that why I am happy or why I am sad. She has always put herself into our shoes and then taken a decision. As a servant leaders, you can also empathize with your team by putting yourself into their shoes. Don't judge, rather put yourself into their shoes and then see what are their problems, why they are happy, why they are sad, why they are not performing. It's not the actions, it is something going behind those actions that is making these actions happen. So friends, next time when someone comes to you with a problem or some good news, always put yourself into their shoes. And the next one is mentoring. Have your mother mentor you ever? Yes, every time. Whenever we were in problem, we have gone to our mother and asked for her advice. And whenever she has given us advice, today when we look back and connect the dots, it was bang on. She is not an MBA. She may not be a very qualified person, but her advice were of A class. She knows how to mentor the kids. So as a leader, you should know how to mentor your team, how to create that situation, how to create that environment where they can come to you and become vulnerable. When they become vulnerable, they can communicate with you, and when they communicate with you, you build trust with the team. When the trust is built, they can come and share anything with you. Their commitment increases, accountability increases, and in the process, results are imminent. Another characteristic that I've seen in my mother was that she always has a foresight. She knows what's going to happen with me. She can tell me in advance that if you do this thing will happen. I know if you don't do this thing, after 5 years, you will get stuck into this. How does she get to know? I don't know. It has got some inherent quality of mothers that every mother knows what is happening and what's going to happen with the kids. Similarly, servant leaders can foresee things. They can see things which are invisible. And when they foresee things, they will be able to guide their teams to do right things. And when they will be able to guide their things to do right things, when the team reach that situation and they connect the dots, they will start loving you for that foresight. Have you ever seen a lot of team members saying, our leader used to tell this thing and same thing used to happen. Friends, this comes with experience. And I'm sure if you have started serving people in your organization, you will reach that level very soon. Finally, I would like to say the mothers are great stewards. Stewardship, that is one of the great quality of a mother. They care more and control less. Yes, as a leader, if you can understand this whole concept of stewardship, people will start loving you. You don't have to force people to follow you. People will automatically love to follow you. So, to be a servant leader, these qualities are very, very important. And you don't have to be an MBA to become a servant leader. You can learn from your mother. Yes. But there is a rider to it. And I believe very strongly on it that lead self to serve others. It means that when you are doing something for your teams or you want your team to do something, you have to make sure that you are also doing something. It means your audio should be same as your video. Means you walk the talk. So don't ask anything from your team if you are not doing that thing. And you will see your team will be after your life, that they want to be like you. Yes. So friends, on this Mother's Day, we don't have to go to MBA school to learn how to be a servant leader. Our mothers are synonym of servant leadership. Happy Mother's Day to all of you again. Thank you so much.